Prior to coming to this event, I've spent the last 2 years in bed with chronic late-stage neurological Lyme disease and chronic fatigue, as well as being diagnosed recently with post-traumatic stress disorder. And I had tried the matter versus matter and gone to the doctor, and I've been using lots of intravenous antibiotics and stuff, and I did get better after a year, but as soon as I stopped taking the drugs, all the symptoms started coming back. And by that stage I had also been diagnosed with IgA nephropathy, which is a degenerative kidney disease, which is, I was told, incurable. So just prior to this event, maybe in June, I was lying in bed day after day after day, and I kept looking at my bookshelf, and the Dr. Joe book was on my bookshelf, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and I'd actually bought it 6 years before, but I had never read it. And I knew instinctively that the answers were in that book. So I was too sick to read, and so I had to train my brain to actually read because I had lost a lot of cognitive abilities. I lost my speech, and so I trained my brain with comics for a few months, just reading a page at a time and then falling asleep. And eventually I got to Dr. Joe's book and I read it. And I just started practicing with a meditation. I was too sick to sit up. I just lay in bed and listened to it over and over and over again. So I did the meditations every day, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me my kidneys were completely normal again. And I wondered then if Dr. Joe was coming to Australia. So I actually looked up and saw that he was coming to Australia. My concern was I had no money. I haven't worked in 2 years. I'd spent all my money on medication, and I'd been homeless and been moving from house to house and staying at different people's houses. And I accidentally moved the mouse and it clicked on the Give to Give Foundation, and I applied. And I did the meditation where you just put your intention out and release, and I thought, no attachment, let's just see what happens. About 2 weeks prior to this event, I hadn't heard anything, and I started having some major relapses in my condition, and I was having brain symptoms again and chronic headaches and night sweats. And I found myself sitting outside the doctor's surgery, and I just thought, I can't do this anymore. This has been 20 years on and off, where there's been big chunks of my life when it really hits the infections. And there was a building across from the doctor's surgery, a very tall building. And I thought, I'm going to jump. I cannot keep going through this. And I just really felt into my heart. And I said, universe, if you want me to live, you need to show me something, and you need to show me something now. And literally within 2 minutes, my phone beeped, and I received an email that said, you have received a full scholarship to attend the Dr. Joe event. Everything came together. Some friends paid for my flights and for my accommodation. A friend loaned me his car so I could get to and from the event. And I decided 100% I was committed to healing. And I had long hair and I cut it all off because I wanted to make sure that I was coming back as a different person and that I was changing. I gave away almost all of my belongings. I ripped up all my healing certificates of all the different healing modalities I had done because I no longer wanted to identify, and I wanted to come as a nobody to the event. And I had a Coherence healing on the Thursday night, and I felt quite nervous about having it, but I just kept saying in my mind, how much more can I let go? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the gratitude just came from my heart, and I just felt the love. And even before the group came into the room, I lay on the ground and my whole body my chest just lifted off the ground continuously. I felt the energy surging through my body. It felt like my brain there was a thunder or lightning storm going on in my brain, and I just felt all of this love and gratitude and kindness and compassion and all of this energy. Like it really resonated through my chest, and I'd had pneumonia probably 10 times in the last few years as part of this infection, and that's where it centered and just released. I went to bed last night, and the energy kept surging through my body, and then when I closed my eyes I started seeing geometric shapes just dropping into my awareness. And when I woke up this morning, I was walking to the event, and I had my phone in my pocket, and my alarm had gone off at 3 o'clock, and to get to the event. And this was later, this was after the break at 9 or whatever. And my phone started making a funny noise, like a ringtone that I didn't recognise. And I thought, what's that? And I pulled it out of my pocket, and somehow it had changed. The alarm was going off now, and the ringtone normally for the alarm is just a beep, beep, beep. And I looked down, and it was playing Crossing a River. And I was just like, wow, that's all we've talked about all week, is taking the river of change. I didn't give up. Like I went to every meditation. I came and I said to my team leader, can I lie down the back if I need to? Can I do this? I have been in bed 2 years, And then I went, stop it. You're living in victim. And I made a commitment then and there that I would do whatever he said. So if he said sit, I would sit. If he said lie down, lie down. If he said go to the toilet now, I'd go to the toilet then. And I would not leave the room for any other time until he said so. And day after day, nothing happened. And I was trying to just overcome my body. It was so difficult. I was in pain, I was fatigued, and I just kept doing it. And it was only during the healing where the 8 people come in and stand around you and just change the field. That's all they're doing, is changing the field to allow you to feel the love and to upgrade your body in terms of the cellular structure to heal. And that one moment was worth everything that I'd done beforehand. So I know this is just the beginning. I am committed to continue doing this, and I move 5 days after I arrive home. I'm moving to the desert and going to meditate every day, and just I know in my heart that my mind movie is already coming true, and that I'm just absolutely blessed and so grateful for the opportunity, and for everything that Dr. Joe has done in his work to inspire me.